This week's Parsha is Parshat Vayeshev. We're introduced to Yosef, the dreamer, and his dreams, of course, evoke jealousy amongst his brothers. In addition to the fact that his father, Yaakov Avinu, created and made for him a Ketonet HaPasim, the brothers were very jealous and they felt that something had to be done. And as we're all familiar with the story, the brothers conspire to kill Yosef HaTzadik. As the story progresses in Parak Lamed Zayin, it says that the brothers said to one another, "Ve'ata lechu v'na'argeu." Let's kill him. After we kill him, we'll throw him in one of the pits. No one will notice. We'll just say an animal killed him, no problem. Pasuk goes on, Pasuk Chaf Aleph, and says, "Vayishma Reuven vayatzileu mi'adam." Reuven hears about this and says, "No, you can't kill him. You can't kill him." And eventually he has the idea of putting him in a pit, not killing him, putting him in a pit. And hopefully his plan was to return and save him. The Midrash in Rus says that had Reuven known that the Torah would have recorded this episode of him planning to save Yosef HaTzadik, he would have carried him on his shoulders and brought him back to his father. The Midrash over there also quotes two other situations. Had Boaz known, that's why it's in Rus, had Boaz known that the Torah would have recorded the fact that he fed food to Rus and considered that a kind act, he would have given her a fully catered meal instead of a few kernels of grain. Additionally, it talks about Aaron and how Aaron, had he known that the Torah would have recorded, that when he heard about Moshe, the Torah recorded that he was happy for Moshe being chosen to be the leader of the Jewish people, he would have came out to Moshe betupim umcholot, with trumpets, and basically really very excited for Moshe being named the leader. So the Sfas Emes on this parsha, on this pasuk actually, on Vayatzileu mi'adam by Reuven, says, what's the lesson for us? What are we supposed to take away from the fact the Torah is telling us, had these people known that their actions would have been recorded, they would have fully embraced the situation and perhaps even come with full force and with full energy, full vigor. What's the takeaway for us? So he says, the idea over here is that the Gedolim, the greats, Reuven, Boaz, and Aaron, etc., they didn't realize that their actions were going to have a positive effect on all future generations. They didn't realize that their words and their actions would be written in the Torah or Tanakh, and by being written in Tanakh, we would study it, we would grow from it, we, which is their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, their descendants, would grow from their actions and from their situations and learn from them. So he says the takeaway for us, really, I'm going to read his words inside. If Reuven would have known that his actions would have been things that we would learn for future generations, this would have helped strengthen him and help him have the ability to do it with extra energy, extra vigor, and really be proud of his actions. As we said, on his shoulders he would have carried him. He says, therefore, a person should realize that everything he does has a reaction, and there are results and there are consequences to his actions that will affect future generations. Obviously, we're talking about a person's descendants, children, etc., but even the people that he interacts with on a day-to-day basis, the things you do and the things you say to other people will have an effect for the future. And a person has to take that to heart and take that and internalize that message and really be mindful of everything they say and everything they do when they interact with others. Have a wonderful Shabbat.